One of the most popular bumper stickers in the 60s, yes, Eli, I was around back then, was "Question Authority." Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. And I want to share with you some things that are on my mind, that are bugging me, and I'm looking for some input. I'm looking for some whys and becauses. I'm looking for some answers. All right? And if you don't have these questions or this viewpoint, hopefully I'm opening up something for you, and I welcome your comments if you don't agree with what I'm saying. Last time we got together, we talked about the politicians coming back to Washington so that they could vote and make sure that the post office was funded well enough so that we would have voting, so that the votes would be counted on time. I pointed out, why didn't they come back to pass a stimulus package for a population that is in desperate need of financial assistance? Why? That was my question. Let's expand this a little bit more. Let's ask a different question. That's one stimulus package. Do you, Eli, and everyone else out there, have a personal stimulus plan? What is your personal stimulus plan? Let's go over that. Let's kind of compare it with the post office a little bit. If you want your personal mail to be delivered, your burning desire, your goal, your objective, first, you have to have a personal goal, burning desire, and objective. That's number one. Second of all, you must address that burning desire, or in this case, address the envelope. Here you are at ground zero. Where do you want it to go? Legitimate question. Third, you must accept responsibility for sending that letter in the first place. In other words, you got to put a return address on the outside of the envelope. No finger pointing. Oh, this wasn't delivered, that wasn't delivered because of this, because of that, because of this circumstance, that circumstance. Those things are going to happen. But you have to assume personal responsibility. You must put your name on it. You must have your name in the return address section if you want to be an achiever. Achievers accept and seek out responsibility. You also must apply the proper postage. You can't send a package that weighs 30 pounds with one small stamp. It's not going to work. You can't achieve a particular goal or ambition or burning desire if you're not putting out the thought and the energy and the work ethic to get the job done. So how do you apply the proper postage? Supply the energy you need to make sure that that job gets done. Fourth, you must adopt the right attitude. What's the post office's slogan saying, theoretically? Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow will prevent us from completing our appointed rounds. That's a pretty good slogan to have as far as being an individual achiever is concerned, because you're going to run into rain and sleet and snow and other obstacles that are going to get in the way. But you have to have the attitude that you will not be denied. Period. You cannot be denied. And which brings us to number 5. Beware of barking dogs when you're trying to make a delivery. You have to adjust your route to make sure you deliver the goods. First of all, there's going to be people that are going to say to you when you have a new idea, a new ambition, a new goal, a new objective, that, oh, you can never do that. All right? Because more people are negative than they are positive, number one. Number two, if you achieve something, that means they didn't. So there's a jealousy factor. Understand that. Also understand that the people that are going to tell you, no, you can never do that the most, in most cases, are people that love you the most. Why? Because they want to see you take the safe path to achievement, and there is no safe path to achievement. there are risks that have to be taken. If you work for a particular company, that company could go out of business in a New York minute. In today's times, I mean, think of all the industries that have gone out of business because of, computers and digital and all of the different aspects. And who knows what other companies are going to go out of business. They're going to, especially with a pandemic going on. So there is no safety with anything right now. So when you hear a barking dog telling you no, 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 you're going to have to be strong enough to overcome that. And when you see a barking dog snarling at you, then you have to say, you know what, I need to still deliver this mail, so I'm going to find a way to get around that dog or distract that dog or do something with that dog so that I can complete my appointed rounds. Does that make some sense for anybody? Okay, so keep these things in mind as you're thinking about achieving. Think about what you have to do to mail a letter and get it delivered as far as your success journey is concerned. Brings me to a new subject, leadership. One of the things I heard on one of my sports shows was a member of the Tampa Bay Bucks. That's the team that Tom Brady just went to from the New England Patriots. We're still crying over that New England. Tom Brady's leadership raises the team standard with the entire team. That's what this player said. His leadership raises the standard. There's a clue there. You hear Anthony Robbins say this all the time. If you want to go to the next level, you have to raise your standards. You have to change your attitude to wishing, wanting, hoping, and praying to I will not be denied. Everyone decides where their floor is. I will not go lower than this floor. For some people, that's, I'm going to make enough money to pay the rent and pay the bills. For other people, it's going to be I'm going to make that amount of money and I'm going to need money for investments. Everybody has their own standards. You want to improve, you need to raise your standards. Next subject. In today's times, we keep hearing about the left, the right, this one's having a conspiracy, that one's having a conspiracy. Not everything is a conspiracy, is it? The fact that my hairline is receding, is that a conspiracy? The fact that I'm physically slowing down, is that a conspiracy? I have another conspiracy. I have a conspiracy from the left and a conspiracy from the right that's happening simultaneously. Because with my left hand, I like to eat chips, and with my right hand, I like to eat dessert. So that's a conspiracy from both the left and the right that's causing my personal expansion. You know what? It's time to stop that crap about everything being a conspiracy. How do you get through that? Well, first you examine the symptoms that are prevailing. And you say, what can I do to stop those symptoms? And you establish a correctionary daily routine, and you become faithful to it. Discipline can be somewhat tedious. You're going to find that. But you have to build good habits. And as an example, I have certain pills that my doctor says I must take these pills. I have to take cholesterol, I have to take for acid reflux, so on and so forth. And I have to remember them every day, so I have a routine that allows me to do that, and it becomes a habit. It becomes a subconscious habit. Just the same way as when you get into your car, the first thing you do is you buckle your seatbelt. It's not something you think about. It's just something you get in and you say, oh, seatbelt, first thing. It's a subconscious habit, or it should be. In today's times, shouldn't putting on a mask be a subconscious habit for us? Think about it. One of the things that you hear, I'm watching, I'm a big basketball guy, and I'm watching games that are going on in the bubble. And one of the things that the announcers like to say, and this is something, that they've been saying like for the year or two, I haven't heard that much before, is on time and on target. Eli, what does that mean? That means you got a guy that's a shooter, he's in position, and you get him the ball right where he wants it, in his rhythm, so that he can get it, feel it, boom, one motion, he's in there, as opposed to throwing it over here, and then he's got to take it and correct his position, or down here, he's got to bring it up. The idea is to put people in a position where they can do the most good for the team, for themselves, on time, on target. But here's a key point. One of the things that, also using a basketball analogy, one of the things that John Wooden used to always say is when you're running a move, when you're running a play, what you want to do is you want to be quick, but don't hurry. What does that mean? What's the difference? Being quick means is that when you see that opportunity to make your move, go right now. Be quick, be ready. Don't be thinking about it in terms of, this is the move I got to make. Be thinking about it before that, and then when the opportunity presents itself, make sure you're in shooting position so that when you receive that pass that's on time and on target, you can take the right action and move. So you want to be quick, but you don't want to hurry. You want to make sure that the timing is correct. And the way that you get the timing correct is to visualize the end result that you want, putting yourself in the ready position and not thinking about it. Just be ready, boom, go, shoot, it's good. So these are some points I wanted to share with you today. Give these some thought, come up with some additional questions on your own, and because we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note, that means what does that mean? It means we have to be ready to get out there and take charge. I'm Eli's dad.